Hello and welcome to the Gers TV. I'm joined by Si and we're going to talk about the potential managerial candidates for Rangers. How are you, Si?
I'm all right. The football's been absolute dross, as we know. We're not
Yep.
going to. We can talk about that tomorrow night. We've got our live show, but tonight we're going to have a quick chat about. It looks as if it's narrowed down to two candidates to be the future manager of Rangers Football Club. Marco Rose or Steven Gerrard look like the favourites. The bookies are not usually wrong. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, as you were saying there, the bookies are never really usually wrong, and I was checking out earlier on, and they're both evens for the job, so I think there's definitely something official there with both the managers. I believe there's certainly discussions. For me, there's only one man that's for the job, and I think we'll get onto that shortly. But yeah, how do you feel about it, Si?
I would love, in an ideal world, it to have been Barry Ferguson, I'll be honest. It reminds me a wee bit of the Stuart McCall scenario where a club legend is offered a poison chalice almost, where the players have down tools, the players are going to let him down. He loves the club, everyone's telling him don't take it, and it's going to affect his career. His heart rules his head and he takes it on. But Barry can't get the job, it's as simple as that. He's a great guy, as I say, I really like him, but it's got to be a new manager. At the weekend we were told that by Barry Ferguson that the players are not doing what he's asking them to do.
Yep.
Kelly said similar, and a few weeks ago in an interview on radio, Alex Ray said that the same players, he didn't mention who, but he said players are going out and getting instructions and not doing it. This can't continue. We need to have a manager who gets rid of the dross and brings in new players, but somebody that can make sure they play their style of football. For me, the only man that could get those results quickly enough, understand the club enough, knows the Scottish game, knows the current players, knows who to get rid of, and knows the fans' expectations, and that man is Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, and I'm spot on with you there, mate. I'm spot on. I've had many discussions with folk as well, and people are saying that Steven Gerrard is a backward step, considering, well, when he joined us back in 2018, of course, it took him, 2 years to win the league with Rangers, but he came in with one job, and that one job was to stop the 10 in a row, and he did that. Of course, it was a big rebuild at that time, and I think it's a similar level of rebuild that's needed right now, to be completely honest. Of players, I think he knows Steven Gerrard will have in his head who he wants to get rid of and who he wants to bring in as with the new sporting director as well, Kevin Thelwell. So yeah, I agree with you there. I think he's the only man that can come in and hit the ground running straight away, and he won't need that sort of 3, 4, 5, 6 months to settle into the job and settle into the Scottish game, learn that. No, he certainly he knows the club, he knows the league, he knows the fans' expectations, he knows the club's expectations, and he needs to bring in players with these sort of same expectations as well. And if he doesn't, he needs to drill those expectations into the current players that we've got there now, because the team that we've got there now, they don't look like much winners to me, to be honest.
Aye, this is the end of an era. Let's not kid myself on. This is the end of an era, and hopefully it's going to be the start of an exciting new era. The 49ers have took over, right? This could be massive for us. I think it will be massive, and I'm going to compare it to the Sooners revolution that you would have been too young to remember. I'm forgetting my age here. Where it completely revolutionised Scottish football, and it changed Rangers forever. And it was needed. It was the biggest boot up the arse. I know you compared earlier on when Gerrard came back to what it's going to be like now. I think it's going to be much bigger. The club is in absolute tatters at times. When you look at us off the park, on the park, the media side of the club, the public relations, the way we get kicked from pillar to post. When you look at the Rangers team just now being leaked by ex-players, and when you look at the strips and things getting leaked, all these things need to end. One thing I loved about Gerrard was he installed professionalism at every level at the club.
Yes.
Now, I do accept that he didn't win the first 2 titles, and there is criticism of the man, 100%, but he installed a level of professionalism at the club. When we bought players, you didn't even know we were in for them. Mm-hmm. The players just arrived. There was no team leaks. There was no leaks at any time at the club, and if people didn't do what they were instructed to do in general, he got rid of them, and that was what Souness used to do, Smith used to do. Back in my day, Jock Wallace, proper leaders. Barry's not got that, unfortunately. He's got too many pals at the club, and it's not worked out. To me, the only guy that could come in and install those values and those expectations quickly is Steven Gerrard. And another thing is that the 49ers have came in, and this is big money they're coming in with. Yes. The players that we're going to be looking to get, a lot of times that people said in the past that the players said that they signed for Rangers because of the name, I was going to say the name Barry Ferguson, sorry, the name Steven Gerrard. Gerrard is a worldwide name when it comes to encouraging players to join the club. And I think the combination is there. But also, if you watch Gers TV, you'll remember I've been saying for the last 5 or 6 weeks, I already think the manager's been picked. It's a case of when they can announce it, and that will be announced when the deal with the 49ers is secure enough to do. Although I don't think it'll be as long as you think. I think they'll be safe enough to do that in the next 10 days, maybe just after the Old Firm game. But they might just pull a wee flanker and do it before that to get the publicity back over Ibrox for the season ticket deadline.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it would be ideal if they did it just before the Old Firm as well. It'd get a bit of excitement about the ground as well. It'll get the stands filled as well, because let's be real, there's nothing to play for in this weekend's game, so fans might not even turn up. So it would bring a lot of excitement back into the club as well. So I certainly hope so.
I think the one thing they've got is pride. There's no much. The fans have been through it all, and it's the one guarantee with Rangers Football Club. The much maligned, the club's been having a go at the fans for months as well, remember. But when the going got tough and Rangers were on their knees, the fans were the one guarantee at every level. Third division, Scottish football, Rangers are 50,000 at Ibrox every week. So there's one thing I would say we have got to play for at the weekend, and that's pride and that jersey, the famous royal blue. The manager needs to be in place now, to me. Maybe not officially and publicly, but we need to be identifying these mistakes that are happening. I think it's already been decided, honestly. I've been saying it for months to you guys. I genuinely think the club already know who the manager is, but I could be wrong with that.
I certainly hope so, to be honest. And of course, with San Francisco enterprises coming in to the club, and as you were saying, big money. It's exciting, big money.
But they also done their due diligence, remember?
Yes, of course we did. Of course we did, and that's what we've had to do, because we've had some appointments in the past as well that have lasted days. And
I mean that the 49ers have done the due diligence on Rangers,
yeah, of course.
And that's why I believe. Sorry for interrupting you, but I believe that they've been watching us for longer than we think, and if they're not happy with it, and we're not happy, they must already have identified, if no one, 2 or 3 possible candidates.
Yeah, well, we've seen Andrew Kavanagh, the chairman of the 49ers, at the last 10, 11 home games as well, so there's certainly concrete interest there.
Let me throw it back another way. Do you think we've just announced a new director of football and he doesn't know who the manager is? I don't think so. I think it's already behind the scenes, it's already been agreed.
Yeah, well, if we're making appointments like that, you need a sporting director to basically scout and look for your players as well, so he knows what players are going to suit what manager, so he's probably came in knowing who's going to get the job. So I agree with you there. I think that a manager has already probably been picked.
Yeah. So in terms of that, do you think it's going to be Gerard, or do you think there's a possibility that it's going to be a name you're not expecting?
I'm not going to say 100% it will be Gerard, but I do think it will be Gerard. My heart and my head both says Gerard.
I've said for a few months now that I think that's the man for it. Guys, let us know your opinions on it. We do value your contribution. We have the live show tomorrow night. We'll go back into it in more in-depth discussion, and we'll talk about the farce it was the St Mirren game at the weekend as well, and a wee preview of the Old Firm coming up. It's your show, guys. Give us your opinions on it. Win, lose or draw. That's the Glasgow Rangers story, and always remember, we are the people.
The people.